Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome to all those newbies out there that just love to hear my sweet sullen voice. Is that the right term? Sarah, please tell me, is that the right term? Okay, right, so these are the Ingham family, and you may know them from the various videos I've done on them in the past. But today we're talking about a very serious topic, and that is travel vlogging. Why, oh why do Sarah and Chris go travel vlogging? Or travelling in general, because they do not take the places seriously wherever it is that they end up. It's like they go there just to tick off a box. Say, yeah, we've been now, that's it. They don't do anything when they get there. When they went to Oktoberfest the other day, didn't go on a single ride. Cost $9, €9, right? So didn't bother going on rides, because why would you? They got a drink, bottle of Pepsi between the 7 of them, shared a couple of meals between a lot of them. Anyway, you get the picture. They don't do anything when they get there. Oktoberfest, you cannot go all that way to Munich to Oktoberfest and just do fuck all, right? And that's what they did, except for they stood there and laughed at the people going on rides and things like that. That was Sarah's entertainment.
Oh, he's got mats for the thing, he's a worker. I know this sounds proper sad, but I could genuinely stand here all night watching that. I could stand here all night. This have just made my Oktoberfest. I don't want to go no rides. I want no food. I just want to stand here and watch all these people fall.
Whilst the kids got to watch other people have fun, they didn't do any fun. Anyway, so that was Oktoberfest. The point is that they don't do anything when they go to these places. They pop in, they go to a beach, and they pop back out again. That's usually the extent of their experience in the culture, right? In fact, they went to Nuremberg and they ordered a curry from the, I mean, is that sort of thing, right? Why go to a foreign country and just order something that's you can get at home, basically, and it's Indian, essentially, not German food. So they ventured to Nuremberg, right? And what they discovered was, I'm not even sure what it is that they discovered actually happened. They didn't tell us what happened in Nuremberg. They didn't tell us why they were there. They didn't tell us anything.
The trials took place in the German city of Nuremberg between 1945 and 1949. The city of Nuremberg was chosen because it was once the place where the Nazis held mass rallies. By having the trials at this location, it emphasized the total defeat of everything the Nazis stood for. The main individuals on trial were Nazi Party leaders and military commanders, including Hermann Göring, Rudolf Hess, Joachim von Ribbentrop, Alfred Rosenberg, and Albert Speer. Other influential people who took part in the crimes, such as businessmen, doctors, and lawyers, were also tried in the second part of the trial. Hitler and 2 of his close friends, Heinrich Himmler and Joseph Goebbels, all committed suicide in the spring of 1945 when they knew the war was lost before they could be brought to trial. The Nuremberg tribunal found 19 people guilty, and those individuals were sentenced to different punishments, including death by hanging and long prison sentences. Only 3 defendants were found not guilty. Hermann Göring committed suicide prior to trial.
Going to see what Nuremberg has to offer today? this post-box looking toilet.
Yes, he did indeed refer to the lavatory, which is in Nuremberg. That is not quite the historical artifact that we might expect to learn, you know, a travel vlog to such a historical area of the world.
Actually, what Isabel was referring to was this, which I'm going to Google in a minute what it is, but it's definitely not an old historical monument. It's definitely a brand new building.
I'm going to show
something.
the camera thing that I just did. So I was panning around. So when Isabel said the egg, I was panning around like this, and I saw this first. So obviously I thought that was the egg she was talking about.
This is what she's talking about.
It's actually really cool to be here in a new city.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Exploring.
So don't forget that they are in Nuremberg, one of the most historic cities in the world, and this is how they behave.
Have you had a beer today? Me and Chris are just winding each other up. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's so funny, isn't it? I think there's a time and place for your joviality, Sarah. It really is not the time nor the place for this in such an area where such atrocities happened, and you don't seem to understand at all. I'm sensing that you don't know.
We're being really immature and pathetic, but yeah, it's really cool. Well, I don't know. It's really cool to see. Shut up. To see Germany. And also, do you know what's really cool? To see all the different parts of Germany, because this part of Germany is a lot different to, for example, on the border of Germany.
Say Germany one more time, Sarah, please. It's almost as if you don't even know which city you are actually in Germany.
To see Germany. And also, do you know what's really cool? To see all the different parts of Germany, because this part of Germany is a lot different to, for example, on the border of Germany, where Austria is and all the houses are... Austria. The houses are all so much different. And it's really cool to see, like, both parts. Obviously, Germany's a ginormous, massive country, and there's loads to see and do here. And I feel like Germany could be a trip in itself.
Oh, easily. It's absolutely
at Christmas
massive.
time, when the
Oh,
markets
yeah. Oh, they're so
Can you
good.
imagine that? And
So
Poland.
good. Well,
People say
yeah.
that Poland have got amazing Christmas markets.
Yeah, so good. Even Romania, so good.
Wasn't it only the other week when you were telling everybody how awful Poland was and how sad it was and how incredibly upsetting it was, and now it's all amazing and sunshines and rainbows because you want to go to a Christmas market?
I never thought about Romania.
Yeah. Oh, we need to do all of Eastern Europe like that.
There's so many places that we wanted to come on this trip that, like Chris said before, we've not been able to do, and it's such a shame. But we're still loving the parts that
This is awesome, man.
been able to.
It's so cool. I've
This is
wanted
a
to
really
come to
cool
Germany
view.
for ages, and this is awesome.
Yeah, me too.
See, I'm not entirely sure that you should be describing Nuremberg as awesome specifically, but I'm sure it's a very interesting place to visit with a lot of history, a lot to learn, and just very interesting. But awesome, nah. I'm not even sure that you know what happened there at this stage. That's my concern.
Mein Name ist Chris. Ich habe einen
You
Hund.
went wrong. My name is Chris.
Mein Name ist Chris.
Dad.
Ist Chris.
No, it's
Ist Chris. Ich habe einen Hund.
That's,
Her Name ist Brini.
that's
Wo?
no, Nanama.
Her Name ist Chris. What? Her Name ist Brini. Wo?
I took German for like a year and I don't really remember anything, so...
Okay, now that you've got Isabel joining in on the crap that you're going on about right now and taking the piss out of the area and Germany and Nuremberg in particular, it's about time that I pointed out that your daughter has just taken GCSE history. She has done all this in the very recent past. So even if you, Chris and Sarah, even if neither of you have a clue about what's going on in Nuremberg, your daughter knows. Isabel knows, or she should know. She's taken GCSE history. She even took the the exams. Remember, you said that she took the exams. Anyway, you've also got another daughter, teenage years, who she will have done this as well. So the fact that you are all taking the piss out of the area astounds me. Absolutely astounds me.
I took it for free and I don't remember now, apart from Michelle buying and Hund.
No, I taught you that so it was start. I actually don't know if that's correct, so don't.
It is, it's correct.
I took a year of that.
Dog is a Hund.
Your neck's rubbed on your coat so much. It's like burn. That's your stubble. Your stubble's burnt your coat.
Leave me alone. Anyway guys, welcome to Nuremberg Castle. It's very, very beautiful.
Wait.
Which was the home.
Hold on. Right, wait.
Nuremberg.
This is Dad. Do that same manoeuvre again. Pretend you've got a camera. This is what everyone else here can see. Do the same manoeuvre. Go on. So that's what. That's what we can all see. That's what everyone here just sees. This man like this spinning around. It's like the arm every time.
Just up the road from where you are right now took place the Nuremberg trials.
The crowded, floodlit courtroom with the 21 Nazi leaders taking their places in the dock.
It paved the way for the current laws that we stand by today, that we are privileged to have in place today. Just up the road from where you are stood, taking the piss out of the entire area. Taking the piss out of the Germans, taking the piss out of Nuremberg itself, taking the piss out of the war, taking the piss out of the entire race of Germany. I'm absolutely baffled. You two and Isabel should all be ashamed of yourselves. It is ridiculous.
It's the arm every time.
Ja, aber ich, mein Name ist...
And the fact that your two younger children, both Isla and Esme, are just stood there very calmly watching out, ignoring the crap that you are going on about, just says so much. It either means that they are too embarrassed to be joining in, or it's beneath them to be joining in, or, which is fairly likely, let's be honest, you've told them to stay out of it because you're going to take the piss and you don't want them involved.
No.
Ich habe einen Hund.
Oh my god, you're so embarrassing.
Echte Name ist Brini.
Ishanama.
It's Brini.
Ishanama? You can't just say Ishanama, it's Brinny.
It was a long time since I did German.
Doesn't matter, you can't just make it up though.
Oh, okay.
I've got a dog and Ishanama is Prinny. You can't say that.
Anyway, welcome to the Imperial Castle of Nuremberg, which is home to many a German king over the years.
Oh, this is brilliant. It gets better. It really does. It gets really so much worse than what we've already seen. Nuremberg Castle, home to many kings over the years. These kings were emperors, but continue.
It was very beautifully restored. During
Wasn't there a fact that said that the kings didn't live in like one place?
Yeah, they travelled
They
between
travelled
castles.
between all the castles.
yeah, and this was home to many of Germany's kings over the years.
Why are you
said
so
that bit.
serious?
Yes,
Why is it?
and it began being built in the year 1000, which is a very long time ago.
This is embarrassing and it's shameful from you, Chris. If you don't know the facts off by heart, just read them. Find them and read them. There's no shame in reading what you found. But trying to remember it half-heartedly, that is embarrassing and just shameful on your part.
And it had more added to it between 1200 and 1300 years. I'm just trying to recite Wikipedia off the top of my head from what I read. But I think that's all I need to say now.
Are you seriously taking the piss? I'm trying to recite Wikipedia off the top of my head, but that's all I need to say right now. You said nothing, literally nothing, about anything in that short space of time. Nothing was said. And you don't need to say anything else about it because you've said enough. Because what have you taught us? You are travel vloggers. You reckon you love to travel the globe and you love to visit new places and experience culture and everything, but you couldn't even be bothered to look it up properly and tell us correct facts in a genuine manner. Didn't even do like a voiceover like you like to do. Just couldn't be asked. This is shocking from you, Chris. Absolutely shocking. And I didn't think you could get any worse than you actually were. But you have. Quite how you've managed to do it, I don't know. In a city which is so important in the history of Europe.
Largest city in Germany.
Yep.
That's Nuremberg.
And it's the
Nuremberg
second-
itself.
Wait, I don't know.
It starts with a B.
Bavaria.
Bavaria?
So Bavaria, I'm guessing, like,
The second largest Bavarian state city.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Nuremberg.
One thing I absolutely love about Germany so far, which I knew I'd love about this place anyway, is just the design of like the houses and stuff.
Yeah,
the shutters and the artwork that's on the buildings and stuff. It's just,
It's really cool.
I love it. It's kind of like Austria had the same tone as that. I know Austria's like predominantly German spoke, right? So I'm guessing there's a lot of German culture in Austria, and Austria had a lot of it as well.
You know who else was Austrian? Yeah, Adolf. So you have been there all that time, stood there, soaking in the history, reading all about everything, about the area, researching the area, and not once have you mentioned the main thing that people go to Nuremberg for. Not once. You don't even bother to visit the Palace of Justice. It baffles me. It really does. Not once have you even bothered to mention anything, which leads me to believe that you don't even know. How much research did you do? How much Wikipedia did you do? And whilst we're on the subject of Wikipedia, please stop using Wikipedia as your source. You know, it's not a be-all and end-all of information, of factual information. Just because it's on Wikipedia does not mean that it's true or that it's accurate. Go and find proper sources, please.
The houses are insanely pretty on the outside here. Like they're just so cool. They're very tall and narrow, but very beautiful. We've got such a good view of them here right now.
you sound like you're getting emotional.
I'm getting emotional over the houses. We're going to go to Old Town.
So what we gathered from that particular area where they are right now is that the castle was built in the year 1000. There was many kings who stayed there over the years, and the houses are very pretty. They're very tall and very cute and everything. So we actually got more info about the houses and not quite so much about the castle, and zero about the atrocities which happened in that area.
Yeah. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to walk to Nuremberg Old Town, which is a walled Old Town, which is supposed to be very beautiful as well. So we'll catch you there. Mein Name is Chris, by the way.
It's not my name.
Ich habe.
What are you on about?
It is.
It's not.
Mein Name ist. Oh, I forgot it now.
Each.
Ich habe einen.
My name is.
Her Name is pretty. Goodbye.
What you've done over the course of this entire vlog is bordering on racism. It's horrible, Chris. Really, really horrible. And if anybody's watching this, I'm certain you are losing people by the second. Not one person, not one van person is tuning in thinking, wow, yeah, Chris Ingham, he knows his stuff about culture and about Germany and about Nuremberg. Not one person. And there you are, trying to profess to everybody that you are this fantastic van life travel vlogger. You know fuck all, and you are a fuckwit.
That's like, you don't introduce yourself.
I haven't.
It's not funny. We just walked so far to get to Old Town.
It was.
And then I was like, how much longer, Isabel? Because Isabel's doing the maps. She's like, oh, we're here. We're here.
Just as an aside, Sarah, it was just as long to walk to the Palace of Justice, so you could have gone there. Instead, you went in search of shops or something.
We're here in
in Old Town. This is it.
I thought it was like a walled thing. Is the sat nav wrong?
No.
There's nothing wrong.
This is Old Town.
It just routes us to the main square, which is...
Why did we not research this better?
Yeah, it's
I thought we were routing to like a walled, indoor loads of shops.
Well, there are some shops down there.
No, Isabel, no, I'm not walking back on myself to get to shop. I don't want shops.
no.
I just was expecting shops, cafes, restaurants.
Yeah, no.
And there you go. More embarrassment from Sarah. She was expecting her shops and her cafes and restaurants. She wants some food. Come on. She wants some food. Never mind finding out, researching everything that Nuremberg has to offer. She wants her food.
I wasn't expecting a quiet square.
Old Town, yeah.
We're inside Old Town now.
Yeah. But I
You're over my
I
life.
guess it's all Old Town.
No, it's too late.
Little area, and this is where's
But
the
it
main
doesn't look like
square.
Old Town. It looks like Modern Town to me. To be
But I
fair.
guess that's old. That building.
This building's quite cool. A little bit dark now. Right, there's a restaurant right here. Let's go.
The whole thing was just embarrassing. Sarah, Chris, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Your kids should be ashamed of you. In fact, they probably are. I mean, you've got Isabel joining in on it, but Isla, Esme, Jace, and I'd say even Mila is ashamed of you for being how you are. That was shocking, racist, embarrassing, disgusting, disgraceful. Every other adjective you can possibly come up with, that was you in the entire vlog, because you don't know how to be any other way. You were probably trying to get at the haters. You were probably doing it for everybody else's sake, to take the piss because you wanted to get hate. But it doesn't matter. What is very clear to me is that you do not care about the things that you are talking about. Well, you weren't even talking about it. That's the thing. The ignorance was so rife in the vlog. I'm just ashamed of you, and I'm done with you. Goodbye. Everybody else, please don't hate on them too much. I know it was a difficult one. Please come back again tomorrow for another video, because I've got brilliant videos lined up, and I'm going to come back with some funny and joyful and piss-taking and serious and everything else. So please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and come back again soon. Take care, and bye-bye.